Hello, fellow gardeners. I was just thinking maybe I should call today's episode That Brown Thing. Here we are in Maine entering into 6 or 7 months of brown, gray, various hues. But for winter interest, we want to be careful what we cut down in the fall. Make sure you don't want to look at it this winter. I've got something over here I'd like to show you. I never cut it down. As a professional gardener, the clients usually either ask or we just do it automatically, cut all the Hydrangea or Goatsbeard down to the ground, as well as the other perennials, to make it tidy for the winter. But actually the Hydrangea is quite attractive and it's strong. I'll show you over here. My Hydrangea can last through any snowstorm all winter long up into the spring months. And even when I cut it down in the spring, as the new growth is starting to come up, it's still strong. I'll tie it into a bundle and put it on a garden bench for another couple of months. So check this out. I haven't cut it down. I'm not going to cut it down. It's so bright today. There it is. Very bright. This particular Hydrangea was saved from mortality. My sister was weeding our garden at the camp. We have a little flower garden, and I don't know, 60 years ago, my father planted an Hydrangea, as well as other perennials, and I think all the others are gone pretty much, except the Goatsbeard. And she was weeding one day, didn't realize this was a perennial, and she tossed it off the back. Well, I found it uprooted not too long after, and I grabbed it and brought it here to my house 20 miles or so away, and planted it, and it's just thriving right here. I think they're meant to be a shade garden plant, but it tolerates this location for whatever reason. But I can look at it through the kitchen window, out of the kitchen window all winter long, all kinds of weather, and there it stands. It's quite strong. It's got these pendulous spent inflorescences, strong right to the bottom. It's just very attractive. Now, there are other spent inflorescences that you do want to cut down. How about hydrangeas? I've got hydrangeas everywhere. They're almost like weeds in my yard because every time I see one growing in someone's property, if I'm weeding around it, I pull up a little sprout, or I'll take it home in a wet t-shirt and save it till the end of the day and pop it in my yard. But here's one that's not terribly important. It's just by the wayside. I may deadhead that, or if I get around to it. But hydrangeas, I like to deadhead them before winter. The PG hydrangeas is what I'm referring to. I like to deadhead them before winter because the snow, the sleet, the freezing rain, the winds break the flowers off the plants rather than a clean pruning cut. And what's better than a clean pruning cut? Even the little ones I'll do. These are little cuttings. I popped them in 3 years ago. They're starting to bloom well. At the moment I forget what that variety is. But here's one are definitely prune. You see how the side branches are arching over? They're too heavy. As soon as you get ice built up, imagine the flowers soaking up rain like a sponge, and then it freezes and they'll break off. And I don't want it to break off. Now I prune this hard every year, down to about 2 nodes off of the new growth. So last year, I believe, I cut this right here, and you got 3 flower stalks. I'm going to cut these 3, at least leaving 2 nodes. I can even go back to a node in the interior to make it more compact. It was just gorgeous, but maybe a little too big for this location, not sure. It's a yearly experiment. So this one down this way is my largest. It's a limelight PG hydrangea, and I actually dropped a tree on it this spring. Rather than climb the tree and take it down piece by piece as a arborist does, I even consulted with my neighbor if I could drop it, and he said, yeah, save yourself some time. So here's the PG. I think this has been in videos before. But anyway, I dropped the tree and I tore off half the plant. And the plant's response was super vigorous extensions, sprouts from the base, from the sides. The whole plant just went into vigorous mode, and it actually the super vigorous shoot extensions were too weak to support their own weight after it flowered. A lot of them broke off, but well, my mistake for dropping a tree on it. But I'll prune it hard this year. Next year it'll gradually rebound to become strong again. And this, again, the flowers are pretty, but they're gonna break off in the winter. I'd rather clean it up now. So that's my advice for PG hydrangeas. Clip off all the spent flowers down to about 2 nodes and see what happens next year. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, thank you.